Oh, hey, Ozzy, how you doing? Yeah, Monday creeped up on us real quick, for sure. It's been a good weekend, though. It's been a nice, peaceful weekend. Really, really peaceful for once. I gotta make sure I change those bulbs tomorrow. The faucet. Tape. I need the tape and I need the faucet for tomorrow. Yes, sir. Actually, no, I did that already. Well, that's good. Yeah, the weather was shitty yesterday, but today it was nice. Today was humid though. I have my AC on. I just put on my AC like an hour ago when I got home. I've been at my sister's house for the past couple hours. Yeah, it's so freaking humid here that I had to put on my AC. I don't really want to, but it's just too humid in here. And my dog's all breathing heavy and shit, so it's always something. I had to write down the things that I need to do tomorrow, and I totally forgot. Glad I did. Actually, I have the spray bottle too. I always have to think of something to. I don't know what the fuck to make for dinner tomorrow. What is it? They said they wanted lasagna. I don't feel like lasagna again, man. I want something different. I need to go to the store tomorrow and just look around and see what I feel like making. Oh, maybe I will do lasagna tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, here we have humidity all the time. It's like a never ending story of humidity here. It's a fucking joke. We didn't really have much of a winter either. We had like a very brief bullshit winter, and I don't even remember wearing a hoodie that much. It wasn't even that cold. And then now it's like hot one day, then it's cool the next day, then it's humid today. And then they said this week, like tomorrow, starting tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the winds are supposed to be out the north. So it's supposed to be cooler, like in the 60s. And I'm like, yeah, right. We'll see. But I know that the humidity was up there today. I don't know what it is now, but let me check. Yeah, 94% humidity and 67 degrees right now. It's 94% humidity. That's ridiculous. And tomorrow it says it's supposed to rain in the morning and introduce cooler, less humid, more settled weather. So that's good. It's supposed to be a low of 61 tomorrow, which is beautiful. I love when it's in the 60s, but they say tomorrow a cold front's going to sweep through early and introduce cooler weather. Thank God. Hurry up. That's what's up. Cooler weather is always a plus. I don't see any rain in the radar right now, but there is some around us, but not right on us. It looks like there's got some rain coming. I can see it on the radar there. Yeah, see, that's how it is in the summertime. It's in the 80s in degrees and in humidity the whole summer. It's usually 80 and 80. It's like a shit show. Ben, you good? But I have to write shit down. If I don't write things down, I'm gonna forget. I gotta change some bulbs next door. Change bulbs. I gotta put this faucet at my mom's. I gotta do a few things tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna be busy. I got shit to do. I'm always got some bullshit to do, man. It's like a never ending story. But I'll get it done tomorrow. That's cool. I got inside work tomorrow, so when it rains, I'll be inside. Always some shit to do. How's it going, Vivian? You good? How's Destiny? I ain't seen her in a while. Usually she drops by. I couldn't tell you last time I saw her. Hopefully you guys are all good. And my dad, he was really good today. I haven't seen him this well in a long time. He's eating very well. He says his diabetes pill is kind of irritating him, but he said otherwise that he's okay. He's been sleeping good. He's eating well, and he's got like his color back. He was really pale last 2 weeks, but now I like he's got like his original color back. Cause my dad, like he's like dark tan. She's busy with her job and school. Oh, good. Tell her I said hello and I wish her the best. Uh, LZ, thanks for the super chat. You said let's get the latest T-shirt. What's me to know about? All right, let's see what we get. All right. So what I'm getting here, LZ, is you might you might get some bad news about some stuff pertaining like maybe family matters and things like that. You might hear about family or something like that, family stuff. This could also mean like the opportunities that you're looking for might not happen in the next week or so, and it might just be some conflict that or you might just feel like you're stuck in the next 7 days and you can't really do too much. You also might be like looking at spending money and making sure that you don't spend too much. And if you have to spend money on something, just make sure you spend money on the right things and not like overdo it. um yeah. Hey Maria, how you doing? Yeah, so the appointment might be okay, but you still might like feel like he's not getting anywhere, or like he might be going through some shit. You might not want to you know hear about any type of news or anything like that pertaining it, or you may be hoping for no bad news. That could be it too. um like, don't take any risks you don't need to take. Like, that's the main thing here. It's like, whatever you do, like, you might get tempted to take a risk and do something, and then you'd be like, you know what, I really don't need to do this. I'd like to, but I'm not going to. Like, you might get tempted this next week by doing something, but if you really do it, it's not gonna, like, it's gonna be a risk, and it might backfire. So even if it doesn't backfire, or you don't have that feeling, it could be just like, you know, I don't want to get myself involved in this shit, because if I do, it's gonna set things back further. And it could be to do with like money or finances, or like, just like, if something happens or something breaks or something breaks down, you might be like, fuck man, this is the last thing I needed, was this shit to break down or this shit to happen, because now I got to spend more money on this shit to get this. So something might happen in this next like 7 days or so, where something happens, you're like, fuck man, I wish this wouldn't happen right now. I don't need this. It's like the end of the month and this is some bullshit. So hopefully it's nothing like that, but I'm getting like the type of cards where you're gonna have to spend money on something that you don't really want to spend money on. And if you do, you're gonna be like, you might regret it, or you might have to risk it to do it, you know? Hey Marty, how are you, sweetie? So the only good thing I see here is you might get an opportunity or an invitation from someone. This person might have this person might be younger than you, or or the same age as you. They might like ask you, hey, LZ, you want to go out this weekend, or you want to go out somewhere, or if this is an invitation, it could be by a guy that um knows you and wants to take you out, or for a drink or something like that, or take you to an event or something like that. This can happen like this weekend coming, or this week. This person might approach you and ask you like to go out or something like that. But this person like interested in you. um they could be like, they could just be like, it could be an interest of just like, hey, let me, you want to come out with us, or you want to go out with me, or you want to go somewhere and hang out with everybody else, something like that. Actually, yeah, your birthday, that's right. Shit. Your birthday is on Wednesday. Yeah, so this makes sense. So somebody might say, hey, it's your birthday, let's go out and have fun. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Now that I was wondering, I was like, yeah, this shit. So there you go. So a guy might ask to take you out on your birthday, or to like, um, you know, do something for you this weekend on your birthday, or actually on your birthday. So now that I remember it's your birthday on Wednesday, Now that I remember that, this could also mean like you being kind of annoyed that um on Wednesday nothing goes right or nothing happens spectacular, but on the weekend it ends up being better. You know how you have like birthdays on weekdays and it's annoying and you wish it was on the weekend? So something might happen there this week where you might be fed up of some bullshit that happens with family stuff or money or something breaks down, you know. Yeah, nothing might not happen on your actual birthday and you might not even get any recognition or a gift, but don't let that make you like feel bad because on the weekend it looks like it's going to be better. So I would say like just be careful with spending and just like make sure if you do have to spend money, you like shop around before you buy something right away. That's what I would suggest by looking at the cards. So it's something to do with that. But it looks like the end result for your birthday will be fine, you know? Yeah. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, so this whole week might go by and you'd be like, fuck, this is so annoying. My birthday is here and I can't even celebrate because my friends are not here, but on the weekend I'll be fine. So that could be like you just like dealing with that shit. I'm not really getting a work situation. It's more of a family situation there, but it can pertain to work as far as like, you might have to put in more time or you might not want to work that much this week. You're like how you said earlier, it's Monday tomorrow, you're like, fuck, bullshit. But hopefully it's nothing bad. It looks like something might happen, but it's nothing you can't handle. So it looks like it'll be fine. I don't get nothing drastic or anything like that or bad, but you know. Okay, well there you go. Yeah. See, so that this all makes sense now. It all makes sense. And because you're not there, you might be like, shit, you know. Now I can do something. Now I can actually. I'm glad this happened while I'm not at work, because now I can deal with it. Could be something like that too. But usually when I see cars like that, it's like maybe your car will break down, or maybe like you need to get something for it, or your fridge will break down, or your fucking oven will not work. Some bullshit like that, where an appliance conks out finally, and you have to deal with it. You know, something like that, which is like better than physical harm or anything like that. So let's hope that it's not nothing serious, which I don't think it is. But it could be something that annoys you. Yeah, yeah. But it always happens. Something will happen. I was at my mom and dad's today for lunch, and then she was like, "Oh, Mark, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but the tap outside. I know you're not a plumber, but the tap outside is leaking. Can you do something while you're here?" And I was like, "All right, I'll shut the valve off that goes to the actual faucet." And then I said, "I'll shut it off so it doesn't drip. And then tomorrow I'll bring one up here and I'll hook it up myself." I said, "I don't mind doing shit like that, but I ain't no plumber. But I can fix a faucet. I can take a faucet off and put a new one. That's not rocket science. Anybody can do that." So I told my mom I'll do it tomorrow. So, but like nothing's happened at the house for a while where I have to fix anything. So it's been great. And now, like I said, yeah, of course, something's got to happen where it's got to aggravate me. All right, Maria, I got your donation. Thanks. And let me see what I got here for you. Hopefully he gives you some flowers and some D. 'Cause that's what usually what women want. Flowers and D and dinner. They want the D, the double D's, dinner and D. Actually, they want three. They want they want dinner, D, and dinero. You know dinero? You're welcome, Elsie. All right, let me see what we get. All right, it looks like Walter is like looks like Walter is like dealing with money stuff. Like he's remember how you said he was going away for the weekend to go help his friend or some shit like that? So apparently he made some money doing this, like, or he was happy doing this favor, and he got some, he was happy to do this favor for this person, but now like he's feeling like he's in pain, like he's tired, he's like mentally drained because he had to like talk about everything with the guy and work and talk about his life, talked about his disappointments, things that's happening to him right now. He's got a lot of like anxiety, and he's kind of like feeling impatient, and he doesn't want to like do anything that he shouldn't be doing, you know um yeah, so he was happy to do this favor for this person, and he was happy like to tell him about his life and things like that. Oh, hey Tanya, yeah, it was delicious, and I got some for lunch. Yeah, I got that he's stressed out. What did you have today, Tanya? Hope you had a good day. I don't think he told Rocky about you. It was more about like what his disappointments are, you know? Like he didn't tell this guy Rocky that, oh, I'm with this girl Maria and she's my girl. Like he didn't go into detail with him about you. He just talked about like his disappointments and all the bullshit he has to go through. That's what they were talking about. Like disappointment. Maybe this guy Rocky is also like going through some bullshit, so they just talked about, their own shit. I'm sure he mentioned you, but he didn't like dwell on you too much. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't tell people about my girl and all that shit. They ain't none of their business. They might get excited. Oh man. You should get something to eat. If you were close by, if you were a neighbor, I'd give you some pork tenderloin. Yeah, I guess he does, yeah. I would think so. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I wanted to go on Marley's live earlier. I saw she was live, but I was over at my sister's house for like hours. We had dinner, and then we watched the game. And then by the time I got here, I had saw that Marley had been live, and then it said she was off 12 minutes ago. I was like, fuck, I just missed it. And then I went live. I was like, oh, well, I'll go live. Maybe they'll come in here. But yeah, as far as you and Walter, Maria, you guys might see each other a little bit this week, here and there. Um, I think he's gonna invite you to go somewhere and to hang out, at some point in time. But it looks like he's very tired, and I feel like his son is gonna have some issues that he has to go deal with his son. Nothing major, but I think that he might say, "Hey, look, I got to deal with my son," blah blah blah. Like because maybe he went this weekend out to his friends, he neglected everybody. Hey, Joanna, how are you, sweetie? So because he went this weekend to his friends, he probably has to spend time with his son this week. But I see like his son here and him and like working and stuff and trying to catch up with work and him just like doing what he has to do. But then I get at the end here that he's gonna invite you to go somewhere. So he might say, "Hey, look, let's go out and have dinner or lunch or something like that. Let's go for somewhere to hang out." So he will invite you somewhere this week, and he will hang out with you at some point. So, so it looks like he'll invite you somewhere, and you guys will hang out. But even if you don't see each other like a lot this week, it's because like he's got a lot of bullshit to do. He's got to play catch up, and something to do with his son. He might have to deal with his son. So I got a young boy he has to deal with. Hey Dan, how you doing? It's nothing to do with the baby mama. Don't manifest the baby mama. See, you always talk about that damn woman. Leave that woman alone. I didn't even see her in the cards. All I saw was his son. Don't talk about the baby mama because then she's gonna come into the picture. See, the less you think about it and talk about it, the less she comes into the picture. I never said baby mama. I said he's gonna deal with his son. See, you always worried about that damn hoe. Oh, nice. Okay, Dan. Sounds good. Sounds like everybody had a good day. Yeah, that's good. See, out of your mind. Leave her alone. She didn't even show up in the cards. See, if I would have saw her, I'd tell you. But you know, yeah, you gotta eat. I had pork tenderloin for lunch with my mom with some pumpkin and mashed potatoes. It was really good. Me and my mom laughed so much. We had such a good time because she showed me some old pictures of me, and it was pretty hilarious. I should show you guys. Actually, let me go get a boom on. She's like, "Oh, I had to go through these old things, and I saw some old pictures of you when you were young." And I'm like, "Yeah, great. Let's see this shit. That's me blowing out my candle for my birthday. Look at the big birthday cake. This is me. I was the ring boy for a wedding with this other Portuguese girl. This was I was probably like maybe 4 years old here. Yeah. That's me and the girl. We did. We She was the ring girl. I was the ring boy. I was about 4 years old right there. And this is when I was like probably this is my first year of school in kindergarten. That's my school uniform at my school. I was probably like maybe six there, 7 years old maybe. Look at that handsome little boy, huh? Look at that crop of hair. Holy shit. I had to tie my own tie. We had a blazer, jacket, vest. Yeah, those are the pictures she showed me. She found. She's always like getting pictures and shit and showing me. So then I sent it. Yeah, I was pimping. I sent that to my nephew's chat and the chat I have with them, and they were talking pure mad shit to me and dissing my hair. And they said the girl that I was with in the wedding there looked like an alien. And I was like, oh God. And then my sister was like, you know that girl that you was in there picture with? I saw her the other day. And I said, I did too. She's like, I was taller than her right there, but she's like 6 foot something now. She's like Big Bird. It was weird. She was such a little shit in that picture, and then now she's like 6 feet. That was my cousin's wedding. I remember that day too. I remember I had to go pee, and it was like, yeah, just pull it out, and go pull your winky out and go over there by the trees. There's no bathroom here because we were taking pictures at like this the thing. I remember my cousin said, "Man, pull your winky out and go pee by the tree, Mark. Go ahead. Nobody's gonna look." I was like, "I don't care if they look. I gotta pee, boy. Shit." And my mom laughed when I said that. Like, yeah, I was like, my cousin was like, "Yeah, go ahead, pee by the tree, man. Yeah, boy, go ahead." It was funny. I remember it very briefly. I remember that day because I remember like, oh, I was in like this cool car, and it was me and that little girl. I don't even speak to that girl no more. I don't really know her like that. We were just in the wedding at the time. Yeah, she looks like Big Bird now. She's even got like the curly puffy hair. She's like 6 foot something, and she's thick. Like she looks like a Sasquatch chick, and she's got curly hair like how Big Bird has. And she drives a little ass car too. She's like, I saw her like about maybe a week ago. I was like, oh, look at her. I always remember her, but I don't really know her like that. But yeah, it was pretty funny seeing all those pictures and shit. So my mom was cracking up because I was telling her what my nephews were saying. Because the picture with me with the cake, they were like, "Oh damn, you probably ate that whole damn cake, right?" And then the picture of me like with all the hair in my school uniform, they say, "Oh, look at my little cupcake." So they were talking shit, calling me cupcake, and because when a guy has a lot of like hair on his head, they say, "Oh, you gotta look at you got some cake on your head." That's like a thing we say here, cake head. And then what was the other pic? Oh, me and the girl. And then this guy's like, "Oh damn, look at that girl. She look like she's a bloody alien." So I was telling my mom what they was typing to me, and she was cracking up. So it was fun. I laughed so much I was crying. My stomach still hurts from laughing from the dumb shit that they were saying. It was pretty funny. And there's another picture in there, but I can't show you guys. But it's a picture of me and my ex brother-in-law. And that's the first picture I sent because my mom goes, "Oh, I found a picture of you and your best friend." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So she was teasing me because she knows I can't stand my ex brother-in-law. And she found the picture of me and him, but I have to cut it in half and take him out of there and throw his part in the trash. So I sent it in the chat and I said, "Hey, look, I found me and my best friend." So they were all laughing like crazy. I said, "I knew you liked him." I said, "No, no." I said, "Even when we took this picture, I didn't even like him at all. If I liked him, we would have been like, hey, buddies, and all that shit. We were just sitting next to each other." I was like, "Your mother took that picture. She tried to make us buddies, but it weren't working."
I would show it to you guys, but I don't want to. I don't want to harm your eyes. But it was fun. It was a good laugh. We had a good time today. My dad's doing really good. He's got his color back in his face. He's eating very well. He's not in any serious pain. He's walking a lot faster and a lot better. No, he's not a Leo. He's a Capricorn. But you know what's funny, Dan? I have a shirt in that picture and it says Leo right here because it's like the name of like the brand that I was wearing because my soccer team had like this art aftermarket brand like 20 something years ago. The picture's from like 20 years ago. It's probably more than that. It's probably like 20 something years ago. And it says Leo on it. It's like a green and white soccer shirt. And it's like the name brand was Leo back then. It was funny. I said, look at this shit. It's funny how you mentioned that. Yeah, I know, right, Tanya? Leo's. Thank God we're in Taurus season. Today was my best friend and cousin's birthday. I wished him a happy birthday. And tomorrow is my uncle's birthday in heaven. Well, I don't know if he's in heaven, but I would say in spirit. I don't like saying heaven, but I would say he's in spirit somewhere. I would hope. Happy birthday, Uncle Manuel. If you're in spirit, you can holler at me. And then Wednesday is LZ's birthday on the 30th. Tomorrow's my uncle. And then the 29th is somebody's birthday I knew too. And then my other long term best friend that I gave all my DJ stuff to, he's on the 30th as well. I know a lot of people born in April. I like the Taurus. No wonder I got along with Tauruses. Well, Taurus are fixed signs like me anyway, so like Aquarius. So I do get along with them. I don't I like I said, one of my best friend and cousin is a Taurus. I always liked my uncle Manuel. He was cool until I found out he cheated on his wife, and I kind of didn't like him anymore. Um, and then my other friend is on the 30th, and he's my he was my neighbor growing up. He was like my neighborhood best friend, and me and him are still very cool with each other. We still speak. We're still good friends. And I gave all my DJ stuff to him, and I retired. Back then, I gave it all to him to carry on. I saw him like 2 weeks ago at that party. He's a good friend of mine. And then comes May. In May is my other asshole brother in law's birthday. His birthday is on the 4th. He goes 60. That jackass. He goes 60 on May 4th. And then my nephew, his son, he's here now visiting. I gotta call him and see how he's doing. Um, his birthday is on the 26th of May. Well, yeah, I don't really, uh, you know, I know sometimes cheating can be like revenge, and it can be either way, whatever it is, it's not, I can't justify it. So I would never do it to anybody, and I would never want nobody to do it to me. So, but people who do it can learn from it. My uncle Manuel cheated on his wife. It was like years and years ago. He had an affair with somebody at work, and he begged my auntie for forgiveness, and she took him back. was like, oh hell no. But I would never take anybody back. Fuck that. Once you cheat, you always cheat. But but they ended up staying together. And then she ended up dealing with his ass last year when he passed away. Before he passed away last year in July, she dealt with a lot of dumb shit from him. So it was like almost like her karma for dealing with him. But now she ain't got to deal with him no more. He's gone and she's free. And I'm sure she's probably like kind of happy deep down. I know what I'm saying is kind of fucked up, but it's not really fucked up because it's the truth. Because as soon as he died, the following week she bought a brand new oven because he was so cheap he didn't want her to spend the money on the oven. And she told my mom, and then my mom started laughing. My mom was like, "Yeah, I know how he is." Yeah, it happens, Tanya. You know, I don't. I know people make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, so I'm not expecting people to be perfect. I'm not either. So, but I would say that cheating is something I can't see myself doing because I know what it does to a person. You know, it's a sin. It's a to me it's like a crime. And to me, like you can still cheat and in a marriage and then still get everything. That's the sad part of it all. So like what is the significance of really getting married? That's why I'm not married, because I ain't getting married just to get a divorce so someone could take all my shit. Hell no. You must be fucking nuts. Ain't nobody taking my shit. I'm working too hard for what I have for some woman to take my shit. Uh-uh. We can be together. We can live together. We can be together forever, but I ain't getting married. Hell to the no. And if we get married, there's gonna be a contract signed by you and me. If we ever break up and we ever get a divorce, nobody gets shit from anybody. You take yours, I take mine, and we go and you that's it. There's no money exchange, there's no none of that shit. Fuck you. You ain't taking my house, you ain't taking my car, you ain't taking my money. You can go to hell. Hell to the no. If you cheat on me, you're gonna be taking my shit. How the fuck you make that? No, no, no. No, no. No, no. You agree, Maria? Good. I'm glad you agree. Because Mark, you don't play them games. I've seen my brother get divorced. I've seen my sister get divorced. I've seen a lot of people I know get divorced, and it's been nothing but a shit show. And I don't want to be that same person that does that. All right, Maria, take care. No problem. You're welcome, and thank you too. Kisses to you. Don't tell Walter. Yes, happy, positive thoughts. That's good. Good. It's good to go to bed happy. Dan said he'll take a kiss. Oh shit. Shh. I'm gonna get my ass to bed soon too. Yeah, shallow love is definitely not good, but I know a couple. I know a couple that has been together for 20 something years. They have two kids. They've never been married, but they're engaged and they've been engaged for like maybe 15 years. They live together, they do everything together, they have separate names, all that shit. Yep. She has her name, he has his name, they've never been married, and they're not planning on getting married. And that's the best fucking way. Yes, sir. they're doing perfectly fine. And I know a lot of people like that. But you know what? Marriage is good if both of you have the same morals and values and the same like intentions to be good to each other and to never get a divorce and to never have one person do more than the other, obviously. Because I think that's one of the biggest problems I would have, because I would have I'm the type of person I always like to be the one who does a lot, you know. But if I can find someone that does the exact amount of shit that I do, then I'll be happy. Then I'll think about marrying you. But if she has the understanding of me saying, hey, look, if something were to, God forbid, happen between us, if we get married, you have to sign this contract. I'll give you a few days to look it over. And the contract's basically going to say you can't take nothing I have. You take your shit, I take mine, and we go about our business. No lawyers, no nothing. You sign a paper, goodbye. Fuck you, goodbye. That's all I want. We ain't going through no courts and no bullshit. Hell no. You sign this shit and I sign it and we break the contract, we break our marriage. That's it, boy. That's exactly what I tell her. I say, look, no disrespect, but this is how it has to be in order for me to get married. And if you don't want to get married, that's great. We can still be together. I can get engaged to you if you want, just so you have the ring, if that makes you happy. But we ain't getting married. And if we do, you got to sign this contract. And if she says why, I'm going to give her the best information I can. And I'll tell her about 75% of the people I know, they've all gotten divorces. And I ain't got one. And if I, anyway, I'm not going to get one is if I don't get married. But, it's always been a dream of mine to get married, though. I've always envisioned myself getting married to somebody. It's never too late. This damn dog snoring like crazy in the background, twitching. You having fun over there? Yeah? Glad you're having fun snoring. Sound like you're cutting fucking trees with a chainsaw. You didn't get a ring, you got a camper? Well, I guess a camper is more expensive than a ring. Oh, depends. But yeah. I'd rather have a camper too than a ring. That's another thing that people do that are dumb. They go buy a ring like $5, $6, $7,000, $10,000 ring. You must be out of your damn mind. What if that woman drops that ring in the ocean one day, or she's like, she's in the fucking in the bathtub cleaning herself, and that ring falls off, goes on that drain, and goes into the pit. You never see that shit again. You must be out of your damn mind. I ain't spending no thousands and thousands of dollars on no ring. Hell no. No, no. Uh-uh. That's my dumb brother. My dumb brother spent $5,000 on a ring for his hoe. And then she tried pawning the ring and she didn't even get nothing for it. She's still trying to sell that ring, apparently. Ain't nobody gonna buy that shit. You got a ring later, 2 marriages. Yeah, exactly. It's always got to be the right person, but um, I'll be very honest. I always thought that my brother and his wife was gonna get a divorce eventually. I actually called that and predicted that by the time those kids can wipe their own ass and fend for themselves and work, she'll leave, and that's exactly what happened. Now, my sister and her husband that got divorced 2 years ago, that I live next to, like I would have never thought they were gonna get a divorce. Now my oldest sister and her husband, I would have thought they were gonna get a divorce because they're always fighting, and he's a dickhead, and I know she can you know, I know that she can defend herself, and she's got more money than him anyway. Well, kind of, sort of, but yeah. But anyway, I would have thought that she was gonna get a divorce, and she's the only one that's left that's married, and her marriage ain't all that great. They're always fighting, always going back and forth, always fucking bitching and moaning to each other. So a Taurus and an Aries always butt heads, and that's what they are. He's a Taurus, she's an Aries, so they butt heads all the time. A ram and a fucking bull. That shit don't work that much. It's very hard to have that work. The only way it's gonna work is if you're butting against someone else, or you have a mutual understanding. But people get fed up of it, is what I mean. Fighting is bad. Period. What's so great about fighting? There's nothing good about fighting. I just think that people think it's. I think people think fighting is misleading because it's not every day. But if it's every day, how can it be a good marriage if you fight every single day? You know? Yeah, you can fight like once a month and then resolve it. But if you're fighting every day, like that's not a good marriage. At least to me, it isn't. I wouldn't even want to be in a marriage where I fight with my wife every month. Hell no. I don't want that. You know what I mean? I don't want to fight, period. You know? Yeah, but see, that's not love. That's bullshit. If you have, well, this is my opinion. I respect your opinion. But to me, like that's like when people say, oh, we can resolve it and have great sex afterwards, that's like a lust. That's not even love. Love is not even having arguments and fighting. Love is like constantly having great sex no matter what. You don't have to have a fight to have great sex. Great sex should be a normal thing if you're in love with the person so much. If you're in love with someone so much, then your marriage will be great. It won't be perfect. Yeah. But my parents, I never saw my parents fight like bad. No. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what type of arguing it is. There's different types of arguing. There's like petty arguments, petty things. But if you're arguing about like, you know, you fucking cheating, or you doing some dumb shit, or you spending all the money, or you flirting with some next mofo, then that's bad fighting. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. I get what you're saying, but to me, like the relationships that I've been in my lifetime, that's my relationships didn't last because I couldn't. It wasn't because of fighting. It was because of trust. I can't stand a person that lies to my face and they think it's okay to lie. That's one of the main reasons I don't have somebody, is because I can't take the lies. The lies bother me too much. If I'm not lying to you, why the fuck you lying to me? And if I catch you in your lie and you still lie to deny, and you're denying your lies, then why am I going to be with you? How can I trust you? So that's why I can never like be in a relationship with someone who lies to me. And that's why like I've never been in a serious long-term relationship, because it doesn't reach that far because of the lies. And I'm not going to put up with that shit. That ain't happening. Yeah, it's all good. It's a lesson, you know. It's a lesson that I learned. That's why now when I start to get involved with anyone, before it even gets to an involvement, before it even gets to more than a friend, when there's development of feelings I have for someone, I'm just gonna stay like I'm gonna stay okay ready. I'm gonna stay ready for like to release the feelings or to be more involved and to get into a relationship. But if I can't even get to that without trusting you, then what's the sense of even going further? And that's what happened in the most recent woman that I was like trying to get involved with. You know, she lied and she also like denied shit, and then like she did stupid shit that I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, you know, if you can't even like be upfront with me as a friend, what's my chances with more than that? So that's why like I cut him off early. And that's why I'm glad that I have that that instinct or intuition or you know that mindset, I would say. I have a good mindset. I have a good mindset to say, you know what? I'm not even gonna deal with you because I can't even be your friend without you fucking lying to me or like, you know, being a dumbass, you know? I just can't do it, man. I can't be around people like that. That really pisses me off, you know? I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna lie to you because I want you to trust me. I want you to love me. I want you to trust me. I want you to believe in me. If I tell you a lie, you're gonna be like, fuck this guy. I don't want to deal with him. He's a liar. And what makes you think if you get closer to me, I'm not gonna keep lying to you? You know, why would I want to get closer with you if you're lying to me? Hell no. I don't want to get closer to you. You think I'm gonna change you from lying? It ain't gonna work that way. If you lied already, then you're gonna keep lying. And don't tell me like one girl told me, "Oh, the only reason I lie because I don't even know you." I said that's the dumbest excuse I've ever heard in my life. I said I don't know you, but I'm gonna tell you the truth if you're asking me something because I want because you don't know me. I want you to trust me because I'm a stranger. You know, I want you to say, "Yeah, this guy's been honest with me from the day I met him." Don't you want to say that? Or you want to say, well, he lied to me, and then afterwards he was cool with me after he never lied to me again. How do you know I'm not lying? If I lied to you the first time, I'm going to keep fucking lying, probably. Yeah, dumb. And it's always an excuse for your lies. And if you don't lie if you don't lie from jump, then you have nothing to remember. You don't have to remember your lies. And why lie anyway? Just be honest. Fuck, what's so hard about being honest? It just don't make no sense. And that's why I don't have nobody. And that's why I don't want nobody that's gonna lie to my face every fucking time we're together or every time or every so often you're gonna lie to me. And I used to like take the lie and just be like, yeah, you know, they're probably lying. That's cool. I'll lie back to them. Fuck them. But I don't want to live that life. I don't want to keep lying to you. You lied to me. What type of fucking relationship or friendship is that? I need somebody I can trust. I don't want somebody that's a liar. Hell no. That's why they got that song out there. Why you always lying? Bitch, you're gonna be crying. And you know what? One of my biggest sayings in my life for the past couple years is you can't miss nothing you never had. And that's how I live my life. You can't miss nothing you never had. Okay? So if you never had a trustworthy relationship, how could you miss it? You miss Phil. Why? Because he was the best thing that happened to you, right? You miss him because you had love. You had a good person. Now, if you had somebody that was treating you like shit, like your ex-husband, you don't miss him, right? Because there was nothing there. It was shit, right? And I'm proud to say those words. You can't miss nothing you never had. So if I never had a decent relationship with you, I never had trust in you, then I ain't gonna miss you. Because I ain't gonna miss a liar. I'm not gonna miss a mistrusted person. Once I embedded that in my mind, I run with it now. I know that that's the right way to live. Yeah, exactly. And why be with an asshole? Why be with a biatch? Not me. I just don't care for that life. Just don't want it. I don't know. Listening to my parents tell me stories about back in the day and all that shit and how what they went through and what they dealt with and stuff like that. It's pretty sad that even back then they were like liars and cheaters, and people think like this shit just came to fruition, like all these liars and cheaters and divorces, and this shit's been going on for the beginning of time. That's why I tell people all this generation shit, man. It's only worse now, probably because there's more people. But back in the day when there was less people and less situations, there was still that shit was still going on. It was still going on. You just didn't hear about it much because it was just like a secretive thing. But it did exist. That's for sure. But not my problem. As long as I'm happy and conscience free, cheers. I don't need to be married or in a relationship to complete my life. I wish I had a decent woman and a relationship and a marriage. That'd be nice. Well, I was gonna go to sleep, but I just got a donation for 2 questions from Missy Vet. She called me right before I was gonna go. Yes. Cheers. What I used to say when I was at the bar, everybody be like, "Yeah, cheers, Mark." I'll be like, "Yeah, cheers to the girl I love the best. I love her best when she's undressed." Cheers, Joanna. Yes, Yvette, I got it. Thanks. You can go ahead and ask your questions. I was just about ready to go sleep. Hey Dan, have you ever heard the cheers saying? Cheers to the girl I love the best. I love her the best when she's undressed. That's what we guys used to say at the bar. You going to bed? All right, Tanya, you have a good night's sleep. Have some good dreams. I think so, maybe. I don't know where it came from, but we all used to say it back then. But there's another one that we all used to say when we were drunk. That's the one I remember. But there's more to it. It's like, cheers to the girl I love the best. I love her best when she's undressed. There's one thing I must confess.
is that blah 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 blah, some shit like that. I don't know what it was, but we used to say it at the bar all the time, many moons ago. All right, let's see if that. Well, I got very good opportunities. I actually got all good cards. It actually raised my eyebrows. So, Yvette, I would say good opportunities will come from this. I would say a lot of peace, and you'll feel that peace. You'll be getting new acquired prosperity from it all. You'll feel you'll feel the tranquility from it. You'll feel like you're getting the fruits of your labor. Um, you'll be able to rest after every time you do a modeling thing and recover. It looks like you'll be dealing with like a woman that you might not be sure about, but then things will come together. So if there's a woman that you have to deal with during this modeling thing, or maybe other models you're dealing with, you might not know them, but at least you'll do what you have to do. Yeah, and that will be, a good thing for you to do. I feel like whatever you want to do, as this, like you said, your question is what opportunities will come out of this. Good opportunities will come out of it, and it's through other women that you meet or other women that you know, or this could mean you going through the cycles of going through your talents and going through this whole thing. Either way, it's all good here, and you even show up here because you're a Virgo, so you're the Queen of Pentacles. So you show up right here in the present. And there's two other women on either side of you that can help you get more than what you bargained for, or more. These women can bring more to you. And this can also make you be able to control the situation you're in. This could also create more action, you know? Yeah, that's what I see. I see very, so I got the Strength card, the Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Wands. This means like everything coming together and making you happy. And you'll feel at peace because these women are willing to go into the unknown and solve things and get shit done and do whatever they have to do. So, looks like that's a good opportunity that you'll be getting throughout this whole thing. So, looks good for you, Yvette. I'm happy for you. That's nice. It's all good cards here, all upright, all good. Nothing bad at all. So it looks like you'll get the opportunities that you deserve and want. Amen to that. I saw some of the pics you posted on Insta. I think I liked the last one you put up there, I think. Yeah, I think I did, yeah. It was a crazy outfit, but I liked it though. It looked pretty cool. I know these models wear all sorts of crazy ass shit. I wouldn't be caught dead with that shit on, but it's for you guys to wear. I know you're just modeling it, but yeah. I model every night. I model my hats, my shirts. Okay, cool. Strictly one way. Nice. Looks like you're gonna be happy. That's good. I'm happy for you. That's nice. You know. Life can't always be bad. It's gotta be good too. And when it's good, you gotta take full advantage of allowing it to be better and better every day. Or expanding the greatness. Or roll with it.
Roll with it. All right. What was the first male's reaction to seeing you in the business chat? Ready. Oh wow. Shit, ain't nothing going wrong tonight. God damn. It's crazy how like readings are sometimes. Well, he is actually happy to see you. Yeah. I got the sun card. I got him here. He's happy to see you in the business chat. He's happy to see another person in the business chat. If there's another guy in the business chat, then he's happy to see that guy in there too. He's actually going to be friendly. He's going to be kind to you. Looks like he's happy to see you in the business chat. There's nothing bad here at all. So it looks like he feels satisfied seeing you there. He feels happy seeing you there in the chat. I think he's gonna talk to you and try to make things right and be more friendly and be more devoted to doing business and having business, situations. If this guy's like a dark skinned guy or like he's brown skinned, dark skinned, then I would say this could be him too. There's two guys here. There's a dark skinned guy, a young guy, and there's like an older guy. And both of them like are I would say the dark skinned young guy is like a person who like is traveling like would like they always want to go forward, you know and then the other guy's more like friendly and devoted and honest and sympathetic, and he's like smart, and he's like older. And then there's a lady here I see that controls the business chat, or she might be very active in the chat. Yeah, after sometimes you gotta put people in their place, and a lot of guys like sassy ass, girls and women and shit too. So it might make him, might make him like you more. But I got all good things for you, Yvette. All nice shit, all nice cards, all everything's up right here. Everything's good. The sun card is in the present, so it looks like he's happy to see you, and he's happy that you're there in the business chat. His reaction is, okay, cool, she's here. So that's a good thing. Now, I can fuck around with her or talk to her or whatever. But it's not a bad thing. I get good things. But there's another person here too. There's another guy. So maybe it's his friend or his colleague or another guy Could be it could be just him, but just two different like type of, you know, uh attitudes, faces. But this is like a young dark skinned guy, and then this the other guy's like, you know, an older guy. But all good things, all good positive things. So I would say his reaction is good. Very good. Nothing bad. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can play hard to get. Fuck it. Why not? But it looks like you're gonna have some friendly conversations or chats. Like it's gonna be a friendly vibe from him now. You won't have to worry about him acting crazy. At least not for now. So it looks like he's gonna be cool. He might even like go on a trip or something. He might tell you he's going away and he's coming back. Something like that. There's one person that's gonna be traveling a lot, and then the other person is just, there. So yeah. Looks good for you, Yvette, which is great. That's good news. I like giving good news. So that's good. But anyway, I need to get out of here. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and I need to get my ass to sleep. I got to do some work tomorrow.
I wasn't even planning on being here this late, but I got to talking and doing shit, and next thing you know, I'm here till like some wee hour of the morning. Yeah, I'm looking forward to summer too because summertime, like I can get more work done, which is great. So even though it's hotter, but at least it's better to work in. All right, Dan. Good seeing you, brother. Hope all is good. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow for sure. I might even be here during the day after I finish all my work. Because it's supposed to rain in the morning. So if the weather's shitty, I'll probably be on here in the morning, late morning or early afternoon at some time. Oh yeah, I should be here tomorrow, during the day and at night. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, good seeing you, Yvette. I'm glad you got a good reading there. You deserve it. And wish you the best always. Dan, take care. Tanya's going to sleep. Marley, you probably got one eye open. Joanna, if you're still here, good night, sweetheart. Take care, sweet dreams. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.